Hello all, this is Jed the Crow with another haul video for the week of April 20th, 2023. Got some comic books to show, but I got a lot of movies to show this week. Well, Blu-rays in general. But we'll get through the comic books first. So, from Image Comics, we have The Last Barbarians, number 3. And it's not the only Barbarian book I got this week. We also have, from Image Comics, part of the Massive Verse, we have No One, number 2. Continuing with the Massive Verse, we have Rogue Sun, number 12, and I think this has actually become my favorite of the Massive Verse titles. I mean, originally I was big into Radiant Black, but I think Rogue Sun has overtaken it for me. Wrapping up the Image books, we have The Walking Dead Deluxe, number 61. And if you're only familiar with the TV show, all I'll say is, look at the flowers. And we're going to move on to Ablaze. We have The Mighty Barbarians, number 1. Looking forward to checking out this series. From Boom Studios, we have Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, number 107, with Alpha 1 on the cover. Technically not the only evil Alpha I've seen this week. From Dynamite, we have Dejah Thoris, number 2, with this beautiful cover, because as always I get the lizard cover whenever available. Also from Dynamite, we have Purgatori Must Die, number 4. From Udon, we have Street Fighter Masters Cammy, number 1. You know, Cammy, probably one of my favorite characters to play in the entire franchise. In fact, in the mobile game Power Rangers Legacy Wars, Cammy is actually my main, so go figure. And finally, for the comic books, we have from Zetascope, Grimm Tales of Terror Quarterly, Heart's Desire. And it has 72 pages of content. Ooh. Alright, that's it for regular comic books. I guess technically this is a comic book too. But I also got from Right Stuff last week, Go-Go Loser Ranger Volume 4. So, pretty different. It's Sentai, except the Sentai heroes are villains, and our hero is like one of the putties, the grunts, and he's going undercover in their kind of their sidekick program to take them down from inside, from within. Very neat. But yep, Go-Go Loser Ranger. Alright, now we're going to move on to the Blu-rays. I got a lot, because it seemed like every company and their brother had a spring cleaning sale last week. I took advantage of a couple of companies' spring cleaning sales. First up, we'll cover Kino Lorber. Kino Lorber is a boutique label. They do pretty much they do remasters and releases of a lot of movies. Similar to Criterion or Shout Factory, but Kino Lorber, out of all of the boutique labels, I think they have the largest output of titles, so it's a lot to look through. But I managed to pick out 6. I limit myself to 6, and really, if I really wanted to go crazy, I could have dropped a couple grand, but that's way over budget for me. But I picked out 6 titles. So first up, we have Fritz Lang's Destiny. This is a silent film from, I believe, 1921. Fritz Lang, one of my favorite directors. He did a lot of the silent films from the 20s, and actually continued filmmaking well into the 50s, or 40s at least. And he pioneered a lot of science fiction films. Metropolis is probably one of his most well-known ones, but this one, I've never seen this one before, but the premise was very interesting to me. Basically, this woman, her lover has died, and the personification of death makes her offer to revive her dead lover if he shares with her 3 stories of predestined lovers that were doomed, and if she can somehow save at least one of those three couples, he will revive her lover. So very, very, very dark, and especially when you figure that this movie was made over a century ago. But there's the back. Kino Lorber, they have a very uniform. Actually, this was a little bit different. I was about to say Kino Lorber titles tend to have a very uniform look, but this one does have a unique spine. But yeah, looking forward to checking that out. Here, let me open it up. This one's plain Jane inside. There's the Blu-ray. Let's take care of my my OCD there. But yep, Fritz Lane's desk looks very interesting. Next up, one of my favorite actors, Sidney Poitier. We have Lilies of the Field. In this one, he plays a handyman out in Arizona. Comes across some nuns. He helps them out and fixes their roof, and they want him to build a chapel. They're not going to pay him, but he goes ahead and does it anyway. So looks pretty cool. I mean, it's a Sidney Poitier film. The man just never really did bad movies. There's the spine, and this is what I was trying to talk about earlier. This is kind of the uniform look that all Kino Lorber titles have, with the black label with the white, simple white font there. Let's open this one up. And I tried to get almost all the Sidney Poitier films that I could find. I've got a lot of good ones. In Heat of the Night, plus the two lesser-known sequels, like They Call Me Mr. Tibbs and The Organization. I also have A Patch of Blue and Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, To Serve with Love. All of them are classics, wonderful films. This one is a sword and sandal epic. This is The Revolt of Slaves. Let's see, this one is from 1960. So, during the Roman era, there's the spine, there is the disc. So that is The Revolt of Slaves. This one actually came with a slipcover. It is Samson and the 7 Miracles of the World. Another sword and sandal epic, but I believe this one is actually originally an Italian film. There's two cuts in here, like the international cut and then the North American US cut, but I love the artwork there. And this one, despite the Samson in the title, this isn't a biblical movie. It's different Samson, just a strong guy, but I believe this is actually part of a film series of Italian sword and sandal epics. But this one, he actually goes into China and rescues people from the Mongols, so different time. There's the slipcover spine, which is different, but when you take the slipcover off, then we have the more uniform Kino Lorber spine there. Front of the case art is the same as the slipcover. There's the back. I want to say this one is flippable. Yep. So there is the disc, and let's go ahead and take that artwork art. So it does have a reversible cover. That's pretty cool artwork too. I mean, I love old movie posters. I love them. I mean, today's movie posters are boring and generic. They're just photoshopped. I mean, there's actually a meme pointing out like pretty much all Disney movies, including like the live action remakes, the Star Wars films, the MCU films. Like, they all look exactly alike. They even have the same composition, the same color palettes. Like, it's just ridiculous. But this one, these old movie posters with actual artwork on them, and just I just love them. I've got a few posters in storage. I would love to bring them out here and display them sometime, but anyway, I'm digressing. We're gonna move on. This is the last of the no, I take that back. There's one more after this one. This is Cecil B. DeMille's The Sign of the Cross. Cecil B. DeMille, one of the greatest directors of all time. You know, director of The Ten Commandments, Cleopatra, a lot of the old epics, and this is one of his lesser-known ones. This one is another sword and sandal, bit more biblical. Basically, towards the end of the Roman Empire, Emperor Nero torches an entire town in an attempt to frame the early Christians and take them out, to justify taking them out. There's the spine there. There's the back. This one's one of older films, 1932. Actually, not that long though. It's only 2 hours. That's short for these type of movies, honestly. A lot of them are 3 to 4 hours long, but that's fine. I can actually watch this in one afternoon. There's Plain Jane inside, but looking forward to checking this one out too. DeMille, one of the all-time greats. And then this last one, this is actually another Fritz Lang film. This is Woman in the Moon, another early sci-fi film. This is actually not just a grandfather of science fiction movies, but also of spy thrillers, merging two genres, and well before the Cold War even, because this one is from 1929. German silent film from 1921. Yep. So there's Plain Jane inside. I mean, actually this one almost looks like it could be a Criterion title. I think there is a Criterion title that has cover art similar to this, that's also dealing with the moon. I think that one's called Journey to the Moon. I'll have to look into that. Alright, that's it for the movies I got from Kino Lorber, but that wasn't the only spring cleaning sale that I took advantage of last weekend. Sentai Filmworks, big anime studio, or anime distributor here. I want to say they're from the remnants of ADV Films, which if you were an anime fan in the 90s and early 2000s, you know who ADV Films are. But Sentai Filmworks releases a lot of content, and they had a huge spring cleaning sale on their store. I took advantage of it. But before we get to the anime, I got one live action movie from the Sentai Filmworks spring cleaning sale, and this was definitely going to be an oddity. I don't expect this to be a good movie, but it could be a very entertaining movie. And it is Kaiju Mono. It is giant monsters versus giant pro wrestlers. It caught my eye as I was scanning through it, because there's Kota Ibushi right there on the cover. You know, one of my favorite pro wrestlers. You know, I'm a big wrestling fan, but I don't just watch WWE. I watch a lot of New Japan, Stardom, AEW. But yeah, Kota Ibushi on there fighting a giant monster. Kind of looks like maybe Gomorrah, not Godzilla, but one of the Ultraman kaiju. And yeah, here's Minoru Suzuki giving a drop kick to a giant monster. And actually, this isn't even Minoru Suzuki's only crossover into Tokusatsu, as I believe he actually guest starred in an episode of Kamen Rider Revice last year, or the year before. And he also guest starred in an episode of One Piece. Look that up. But yeah, it's giant pro wrestlers and giant monsters. It's going to be a dumb movie, but there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes dumb movies are the best movies. Inside, take care of my OCD. There's the disc art with Kota Ibushi taking on this monster. Definitely kind of remind me of Gomorrah with the eyes there. Maybe a cross between that and Ella King. But yeah. Alright, now we're going to move on to the anime. First up, this is kind of a semi-upgrade, sort of, for me, because I have this series on DVD. I actually have it like a nice, it's a tin case, kind of supposed to resemble like an ammo case, but this one is the Blu-ray release of Armored Trooper Votoms, the complete collection. When it comes to anime, like my favorite is 1980s robot mecha anime, especially like you had two kinds of, you had the super robots that would be like your Go Lion, your Manzinger Z, or to be more contemporary, Gurren Lagann, Gravion, and then you had your real robots, which the most, not real as in they're realistic, but more grounded, more treated as more like tools of war rather than like superheroes in their own right. And the most famous of those, that type of mecha anime would be Gundam. But Armored Troop Votoms, or Votoms, however you want to pronounce it, really good one from the 1980s. And the reason why I say it's a semi-upgrade is this has the complete TV series. However, even though they're on Blu-ray, the TV series is in standard definition. But this also has the movies and all the OVAs, that's original video animations, basically straight to video. All of those on here are in HD. So it's a mixed bag, but this was a cheap set, much cheaper than what it normally goes for. And I love me some 80s robot goodness. Let's open her up. And there it comes with little pamphlet. Actually, it's not even a pamphlet, it's just a single sheet there. Flyer, we'll call it a flyer. Pop that back in, but there's disc 1 with the first 13 episodes of the TV series. Disc 2 with episodes 14 through 27. Disc 3 with episodes 28 through 39. You open, oh wow, really setting off my OCD today. I thought I had already straightened this too when I went through this earlier. I guess sometimes they just spin around in the case. There's disc 4 with episodes 40 through 52. The disc 5 is the compilation movies from the TV series. So it's the TV series just re-edited the movies. Then we have the OVAs with disc 6, a bunch of OVAs. And we have the Pale Sin Files, so this was a sequel series on OVA. The Phantom Arc. Okay, yeah, the last two discs are in HD. And then several more OVA series. So glad to have that. Armored Trooper Votoms. I still have my original DVD set, but it does come in that cool ammo case style packaging. I might keep it for that reason, but anyway, another one I upgraded to Blu-ray. I have this on DVD, upgraded it, and this is a super robot mecha anime. It is Godannar. This is the complete collection, so all 26 episodes, and this one is more of the super robot. Came out around the same time as Gurren Lagann, so I want to say like late 2000s, early 2010s. But this is like about a husband and wife team here piloting the giant robots. There's nice artwork there. So it's not an all-time classic, but it's one I really enjoyed, and I'm more than happy to upgrade it to an HD high-definition version. Upgrade that to Blu-ray. This one is a more recent title. It looks very much like Votoms, but this one is called Obsolete Complete Collection. It's just a 13 episode series. I believe it is on just one disc. And this one is basically the way it's described as, you know, it says the aliens sold mankind something amazing, then we use it to kill each other. You know, they gave us some amazing technology, and human beings are going to human beings. We're just using it for war. So I'm looking forward to checking this one out. Next one we have, it's another big collection. This is another upgrade for me. Another one I had on DVD. And this is Patlabor, the Mobile Police. This is the complete collection. It comes in a slipcover. Yep, so on the back shows here. So it has the TV series, the movies, and the OVAs. And this is a huge set. It was really expensive when it first came out, and I got it for like 30 bucks. So I'm really happy to spend that little on so much great content. But here's, I'll put that to the side for a moment. But here is one of the two cases in there. So it is the complete TV series. Shows you there, 9 discs. Patlabor, the Mobile Police. Another one that would fall under Real Robot for the mecha, but instead of military, these were police. It's very the mecha kind of reminiscent of the ones from Ghost in the Shell, kind of like the tanks, the spidery tanks. But yeah, Patlabor. I haven't actually finished the TV series before. I watched some of the movies because originally the movies aired on Sci-Fi Channel back in the 90s when they had this block called Saturday Anime. Really good classic stuff though. And then here is the other case. This one has the movies and the OVA series. And I love how they actually show you a timeline so you know what order to watch all these, because it's kind of like Star Wars, where release order isn't necessarily chronological order within the universe. And it actually shows you that there is 2 timelines, so the movie timeline and the television timeline are separate. And but the movies I've seen on TV, or at least the first one. No, actually, I think it was the OVA series that they edited it together to be a movie on Saturday Anime, if I remember correctly. The New Files, which is a sequel to the TV series. There's the first movie, and the second one, and then we have the third one. So, yeah, I have plenty of robot goodness to watch for the rest of the year. Okay. Alright. Last title. I got this one from Right Stuff. This wasn't part of the Sentai Filmworks sale I was talking about, but I finally got this. This came out a couple months ago, but it is a classic from my teenage years, and it is Project Echo 3 Cinderella Rhapsody, or Rhapsody. If you've been following my channel for a long time, then you know I'm a huge Project Echo fan. I love it. It's one of my favorite series from the 80s, a series of movies. And this is the 3rd film. We got one more to come out. That's their Discotek's releasing that one, I believe, in June. That'd be Project Echo 4 Final. I do have that one pre-ordered. But and I always neat how with Discotek their slipcovers have these rounded corners to match the Blu-ray case rather than the straight corners. Let's open you up. There is the disc, or not the disc, but the case art is the same as the slipcover art. And again, I've mentioned this before in previous videos, where they would have the anime displayed on a shelf at the front of the store. So with the big windows at that Blockbuster, all the box art would get sun bleached, and it'd have kind of this light blue. So it'll, again, not intentional, I don't think it was, but it just kind of helps with the nostalgia I have for this, because Project Echo was one of the major titles I would rent from Blockbuster every weekend. It was always either anime or pro wrestling that I would get from Blockbuster, and a few Sega Genesis games. But let's go ahead and open it up. If you could tell by the weird edit just now, the camera is running out of battery power, so we're going to hurry up. But there's the disc. Here is the flippable reversible artwork. Really nice. That is so 80s with the half ponytail. Alright. But anyway, guys, I'll set that aside. That is it. A lot of stuff to watch. I'm going to enjoy quite a bit of it. And, well, that's really all I got to say. So thank you for watching this video to the end. There's another video right there. There's another video right there. Hey, subscribe right there. You guys have a great week. Have a great weekend. Later, and